with fake pass and an excuse that he was late for work. Yet another example of how government security theater cannot protect you and its colossal waste of money. Well, it's not. It's a domestic control grid over the Tea Party. They admit that. And, of course, who promotes the police state, the Tea Party, thinking it's, to keep us safe. It's pathetic. Prior to the big game, the authorities, the public servants, boasted of their lavish preparations for Super Bowl 2014. Bomb-sniffing dogs, 700 extra troopers, 24-hour FBI command center, and a vast network of surveillance cameras, and see something, say something, snitch program in full force. So the man saw something, he said something. TSA agents, snipers, no-fly zones, helicopter patrols. The bill for all of this, which ran to the tens of millions of dollars, was paid for by taxpayers, despite the NFL already getting a sales tax break for a further cost of $8 million to residents of New Jersey. Also, remember the NFL is tax exempt and pays no federal income tax on its vast profits. However, the 30-year-old Matthew Williams, my hero, made a mockery, Mills. However, the 30-year-old Matthew Mills made a mockery of all this when he crashed a post-game press conference to tell the viewing millions that 9/11 attacks were perpetrated by people in our own government, urging them to investigate 9/11 before being dragged away. How did Mills penetrate the fearsome ring of steel? No one even checked Jakari Jackson's ticket or scanned it, by the way, or Josh Owens. When they went around shooting videos, news videos everywhere. Around the MetLife Stadium, he used a fake pass from an old music festival and claimed he was late for work. Mills hopped on board an employee bus, headed for the stadium, just like I did Bohemian Grove, and relied on the same excuse, just like I did at Bohemian Grove, every time he was confronted by security. I just said I was running late for work, he told NewJersey.com. It was that simple. Folks, here's the bottom line. People think my infiltration of Bohemian Grove was fake because CBS News tried it, People Magazine tried it, Vanity Fair tried it, got arrested. That's because they try to go up and interview people and ask questions like a cocky reporter. I snuck in and I did research on the place and knew about some of the internal clubs and then still got questioned by Secret Service and sheriff deputies 3 times and then went and hid under, with Mike Hansen, who snuck in with me, underneath planks for an hour while the cops looked for us because they had surveillance cameras. Then we crawled out at dusk, got the video of the ritual, and got out. And it's a testament to what you can do. I mean, I infiltrated Delta Force operations when they were doing takeover drills and had them at gunpoint take our video one time. And by the way, I've been told by high-level Special Forces people, they're even retired, that I'm, quote, a legend because I did that a couple times, 4 or 5 times, because no one would ever do that. I'm a legend, quote, in Special Forces because I would sneak into operations. Big deal. I knew they were doing narcotics trafficking drills. I had inside sources. I had police chiefs giving me intel, San Antonio police chief. It's all on video. What, just because I showed up and did something? I'm nobody. But I'm somebody. Just like this guy infiltrated and did this. And they're going to come after him. You watch, because they're scared of this, folks. They're scared of what we do going and confronting Janet Reno and Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama and George W. Bush when he had me arrested as governor for simply asking about the Federal Reserve being private and saying, aren't you going to do something, governor, at the end of his speech? I knew his prepared speech. They were supposed to have a press conference. They canceled the press conference. I'd seen a bunch of his speeches. He said, and that's what we're going to do for Texas. They clapped. He was getting ready to leave. And I said, governor. And he knew me. My sister went to school with his daughters. I've had lunch with Bush multiple times when he was governor. Years before, in his first term or whatever. In fact, I knew him before he was governor. No, he doesn't know him well, but I've eaten barbecue with him and Mexican food, I think 3 times. I looked at him, and I was told by insiders he watched my Access show every week and listened to my radio show. And they all knew who I was. He directed the state police, the Texas Rangers, to grab me and almost break my arm. It's all on video. Why? I didn't do anything wrong. They're afraid of us getting up in front of their staged events, up in front of their theaters. Now, let me stop there and briefly remind you, all of this is brought to you by your support. All of this is brought to you by supporting us and spreading the word about the transmission and linking to our stories and putting out our stories on Facebook and retweeting our stories from Real Alex Jones and all of that, and buying the products. That's how we're able to have these great reporters to come in here and write stories and have street reporters and send Jakari Jackson and Josh Owens to the Super Bowl and send them to the West Coast to cover the radiation and make national news and force real issues out there. This is special. And I thank you for your prayers and your support. We try to bring you the very best pro-pure Pro One 2.0, cut out the glyphosates, the fluoride, blows the competition away. I bring you the best filters, blows away all the competition. Side-by-side comparison. Start filtering your water. InfoWarsStore.com, promo code WATER. That's promo code WATER, 10% off the already lowest prices. InfoWarsLife.com for the Survival Shield proprietary Nascent iodine that's done wonders for myself and my family and my thyroid and my health. Just look at me on video. Still an ugly creature, but my goodness, people are blown away, especially in person. And I chalk it up to my glands not having enough of the proper pure iodine. This the fluoride shield that has the 5 other ingredients with the Nascent iodine that I take with it to supercharge. The organic coffee I drink that we have, the Wake Up America coffee, the Super Male Vitality, which I don't take every day. It's so strong. I took some this morning because I was on Coast to Coast AM and I'm tired and worked out this morning. So, you know, I'm operating on 3 hours sleep and feeling great. It's all available at InfoWarsLife.com. Just try it, folks, and regardless, you supported the broadcast. But I think you're going to be blown away. InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. Your phone call's coming up, and then Jesse Ventura. Introducing Pro One. All of your filtration in one system, portable, on the go. No more do you have 2 or 3 filters to just reduce sodium fluoride. You have a system that cuts out the sodium fluoride and up to 95% of hydrofluorosilicic acid. Advanced manufacturing technology combines silver-impregnated white ceramic with new Aquamedics advanced media for removal of fluoride and other heavy metals, all in one filter element. It is the only one that does it, and out of the gate, we have it discounted at 10% off with promo code WATER. This is the only system that in one unit helps reduce or remove pesticides, herbicides, chloramines, ammonia, and chlorine, hydrofluorosilicic acid, the most common form of fluoride not covered by other fluoride filter brands, and sodium hexafluorosilicate. Get your Pro Pure with the new Pro One filters today at InfoWarsStore.com or by calling 888-253-3139.
If you ever wanted to get off the grid and start generating your own supply of electricity, this will be the most important message you'll ever hear. Hi, I'm Brian Brody with a time-sensitive solar generator offer from Solutions from Science. Remember, solar generators provide life-saving electrical power, and unlike gas generators, solar generators run quietly, emit no fumes, and produce free electricity from the sun. Here's the good news. Our Power Hub solar generator on sale now is one of our most powerful solar generators, and due to an overwhelming demand from our customers, we've recently restocked this remarkable solar workhorse. The Power Hub is easy to use. Just point, plug, and power up. Even better, with dramatic price reductions on the Power Hub, with bonuses worth thousands of dollars. There's never been a better time to get off the grid and generate your own private supply of electricity. Go to SolarGeneratorFreedom.com to learn more. That's SolarGeneratorFreedom.com. Get off the grid. Go to SolarGeneratorFreedom.com. That's SolarGeneratorFreedom.com.
When you need it the most, will your generator, power equipment, or vehicle be ready? Gas and diesel fuels go bad quickly when stored, and more than half of generator failures during disasters occur as a result of expired fuel. PRI fuel stabilizers keep your fuel fresh for when you need it most. Nuclear power stations, emergency service providers, and ships at sea rely on PRI fuel stabilizers. And you can too. Call 888-776-9373 or visit PRIproducts.com to find the dealer nearest you.
We've all heard as long as we're not doing anything wrong, we don't have anything to worry about. But what do we do when the people that told us that become lawless and use our cell phones to violate our constitutional rights? Get a privacy case from PrivacyCase.com today and stop this high-tech iron curtain from crushing our right to privacy. The American-made Privacy Case uses military-grade shielding technology to stop these criminals and thieves in their tracks. PrivacyCase.com.
Now that's some music. A little bit of Chuck Berry bringing us in. But he could play the guitar like he's ringing a bell. Let's go to Paul, Andrew, Ronnie, Mark, and others in this segment and the next. And then at the 7 after, we're going to have Jesse Ventura on with us on a whole host of issues. Can't wait to talk to the governor. Hadn't been on in about 2 or 3 months. Andrew in Pennsylvania. You want to talk about sports being rigged, my friend? Go ahead.
Yeah, from a Philadelphia sports standpoint. Hey, the day before the Philadelphia Phillies won the 2008 World Series, Bud Selig was asked on Baseball Tonight, the baseball commissioner, what if we have to go to Tampa? And Bud Selig said, I don't think we'll be going anywhere, suggesting he knew the Phillies were going to win. And the second piece of evidence that Philly sports was rigged was because before the Phillies won the 2008 World Series, we went through massive suffering for 25 years before the Sixers won the 1983 World Championship, and a mathematics professor determined that the probability that Philly sports could have gone that long without winning a title was 1 in 50,700, and I emailed Brian Toey about this, and he suggested, hey, there is evidence to suggest that they would toy around with Philly sports fans.
And by the way, I want to get Brian Tully, author of The Fix Is In, on tomorrow, guys. I want to get him on about that game, but I mean, you know, I'm not saying it's all rigged, but key plays, key players are gotten to. That's come out. That's why your ticket says it's for entertainment purposes only. But I tell you, if it was rigged, they did a bad job because nobody wanted to watch that near shutout trampling of the Broncos. And again, only reason I'm covering football is that's how we get the general public to think about how manipulated we are. But I just wish people would go in there burning houses for their freedom, not for an Xbox. I wish people would, you know, riot for the Bill of Rights and Constitution. I don't want them to actually riot, but my point is it's so ridiculous to do that. And I just say good job to the guy. In fact, let's play that clip. Thanks for the call, bro. Here's the fella who actually took over during the MVP press conference with 9/11 was an inside job. Here's that clip.
No, I always imagine myself making great plays. You never think about being MVP.
Investigate 9/11, and 9/11 was perpetrated by people within our own government.
Boom. Short, sweet, got the job done. By the way, we're going to be getting him on the broadcast today or tomorrow. I want him on this radio show. We've got his contact info. We're working on that right now. Or send us your contact information, sir, at showtips at Infowars.com. We've got one contact, but we're trying it. Let's go to Paul in California. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Alex, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir, brother. Go ahead.
Great. Yeah, I have to agree with you that the NFL is pretty much a zombification of people in the United States. They care more about the game than they do for their own individual rights. And, you know, if you listen to the president's speech the other night, the State of the Union, he lays out his game plan of what he's going to do. You know, this is a forthcoming of what he plans to do, bypassing Congress and so forth. But, you know, I wish people would get, like you said, just as excited about, you know, what the president's going to do and protest that as they do for a football game. So, I don't know, Alex.
I totally agree with you. But, I mean, in every case in history, in an authoritarian collapse, sports become just absolutely king. But I think we're starting to hit the bottom of this, or the top of it, as they say, because ticket sales are down, people are sick of it, viewership's down. And I mean, just the parade of government acting like they're heroes with machine guns, but citizens shouldn't have guns in New Jersey, but government can. I mean, give me a break. Great points, Paul. Ronnie, and many others. Your phone calls are coming up ahead of Jesse Ventura. And then the governor's going to be joining us to talk about everything that's going on. We're going to cover the waterfront and a ton of breaking news. And I've got my take on the death of that actor Hoffman.
Thank you for listening.
PrisonPlanet.tv has video feeds of this radio show right now. Video feeds at PrisonPlanet.tv. Alex Jones here to tell you about how you can help spread liberty worldwide while also enjoying what I have found to be the best tasting 100% organic coffee on the planet. For more than a decade, my favorite coffee has come from the high mountains of southern Mexico, where the Chiapas farmers grow their unique shade-grown Arabica beans. We have now managed to secure these sought-after beans in a highly customized blend. Discover and try a bag of the Patriot Blend 100% organic coffee at InfoWarsLife.com. This coffee
gives you a long, smooth pick-me-up for hours without the headaches and heartburn that so many other coffees give me personally. Hands down, this is my favorite coffee, and it's taken us years to secure connections directly to the Chiapas Mexican farmers. Drop by the site today, order a bag or two, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Available in original or with our Immune Support Infusion Blend. You will be supporting a free press, all the while enjoying a truly great tasting cup of my favorite coffee. Available at InfoWarsLife.com.